Well, hello. I feel like it's been years. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Camry, and you're watching Camry Music TV. And I'm back with the last Greenleaf review ever. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel while I get this hair together. Subscribe down below to my channel, like this video, share this video with all your friends, and make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Camry Music TV, and comment your thoughts on the season finale, because I got some thoughts and we may not agree. All right, so you guys know last week it was tragic. Bishop had laid there and passed, and we all had like a little glimmer of hope that they wasn't going to do us like this. They weren't going to end the season and the entire show with the death of the patriarch, right? Well, they did. They did. And this whole episode was, a wrapping up and tying up of loose ends and, saying goodbye and new beginnings and all of that. Okay, so, we open the episode to Lady May laying there with Bishop, and, she's putting on the ring, and, she's saying her goodbyes, and she's like really just trying to come to terms with what has just happened. She's not hysterical. It's almost like God has given her a peace because she knew it was coming, right? And so then she goes in there to Grace, the oldest child, the one that she has the most tormenting rigmarole with. She goes to tell her first, okay? And Grace is in there talking on the phone with the lady from New York about a job. Now this lady, she knew her from back when she was in Phoenix, I think, and heard about her with the Bob Whitmore case, and she really trying to get her to move up to New York to get this job. But Grace, with anyone who is trying to move on to the next thing in life, or feeling like they should, or have a want or desire, we all feel like we have something that we owe to our families, or to, the people who made you who you are, especially if things are not all settled and calm, okay? So I feel like Grace, she felt like she had did her thing. She saved the church. She really stepped up and did all the findings and all that. And as soon as everything calmed down, now her dad has passed away. So it's like, what I need Grace to realize is, the family has to become self-sufficient, okay? As much as they say they give you so much trouble, you are the one who comes in and does what needs to be done, right? So, that's her story this episode, is she's going back and forth with, should I go? Should I stay? Every reason that she lists, it doesn't really hold weight. Okay, I'm going to try not to go through the episode chronologically, because with it being the season finale, I think I just want to fill in the blanks of what we didn't see, right? We were watching, but it was like so many things happening that I was just like, okay, we need a deeper meaning. We need to understand why these things are happening. When you're watching and tweeting, you don't really understand like the magnitude of what just happened really, but for this to be season 5 seasons of these people that we know and love, actors and actresses, but these characters that we have connections to, I think the best way that we can do it justice is just to tie up all of the storylines and still fill in what happened somehow, but just not step by step, okay? So, Grace's whole thing is, she's trying to figure out, should I stay or should I go? She lists her kids, who are not kids. They are grown. And, Darius tells her that Sophia's grown. She has to make her own decisions. She has to live her life. AJ is grown. Noah is also there, and he's helping him get back up on his feet. You've done the things, you got him here, you made the connections, you saved his life, you've done the things, and we see that AJ is very grateful for that. AJ is, coming into his own. AJ is, holding on to this fact of building this car. He has some hope. He has something to make him feel like he has a purpose, right? Because grandpa or bishop put all this into him, and he's feeling empowered, and he even shared that he never missed someone so much that he hadn't known, that he's only known for such a small time. And everybody's talking about the impact of Bishop. So even AJ, he's starting to get up on his feet. Noah's got this nice house that he's bought. Isabella ain't asking for alimony. It's just a clean divorce. And Noah's gonna have his shot of doing whatever it is he needs to do. Not Noah, AJ. And AJ gets saved at the end of the show. And I mean, that was the most authentic thing I had ever seen. I was trying to watch the homegoing celebration, but I was like, I need to get on these videos. We didn't start back at work, and I need to stick to my sleep schedule. But anyway, I was like, this looks like somebody really got saved here. I mean, it was crying, it was like praising, and I was getting goosebumps. I was praising God virtually and out loud, like, okay, AJ coming to Christ, okay? So, AJ is on the right path, and he is grabbing peace with his grandfather's death, and he's really adding symbolism and imagery, adding symbolism to the fact that this death and this sermon that Lady Mae preaches, this new beginning, this is mine. This is a new beginning that I need to take. This is the hope. This is the faith that Bishop was talking about, and I'm trying to get a piece of that, right? So even when he's talking to his cousins and they're talking about where, people go when they die, or what do you think happens? And he says, I'm just trying to live. It's just all symbolic and symbolism of, AJ just having this new and fresh beginning. So that was really refreshing to see, because y'all know in the very beginning, when he first came, he was just such a cynic all the time. I mean, you could not tell him nothing positive. So that was good to see. So Grace and Darius, I feel like, Darius had a job offer in New York. So when he was sitting there acting like, I'm not gonna follow you, but I'll accompany you, I'm like, my brother, didn't you already have connections? Did we forget that part? So, which is cool. Grace is going to be able to go to New York. And I knew that was going to be Zora's end, to get to go to New York. Okay, my auntie there. Now you got to let me go, right? Now, is Sophia going to go back to the HBCU? I don't know. But I know Charity ain't going to be watching her. Okay, let's talk about Charity. Now, Charity's journey throughout this entire show was like this naive girl who like couldn't read signs, and was just so like, her eyes were big and wide and full of like dreams and things that she wanted to do, but no steps towards it, right? And she was always like trying to prove herself to her parents, and always trying to prove that she was good enough. And it seems that, she's finally found some self-worth, and she's finally found like where she fits in it all, and found some self-love, and didn't go crawling back to Phil just because he was now ready to get with her. So we've seen her like fully transform. When Grace is like, keep an eye on, Sophia, I was just like, girl, Charity don't even have her child half the time. Where is her child? So, she didn't really do too much this episode. She did her singing thing, but I just wanted to talk about her whole like maturing type of thing. When the Greenleafs had this little funeral, I was surprised. Because of the impact of Bishop, I thought it was going to be a full weekend of just like events and all kind of stuff. But the way that they handled it was with, a lot of grace. No pun intended. But it was very like small, just family and his one friend that he stayed with, right? Charity singing, they all harmonizing, they all in black, they got the little bouquets, right? And then they come to the table and they're all reflecting on, the things that Bishop has said and done, and the type of person that he was. And then Lady Mae gets this call about leading worship at Calvary that Sunday, honoring Bishop's memory. So I thought they were saying lead in praise and worship, and I was like, since when does Lady Mae sing? But I missed it or something. So basically this this sermon that Lady Mae is getting ready to preach. She's still grieving, right? She's walking through the church that the movers then got all together. Okay, they done got all the stuff back in there. Corinne done made sure the office still looks like Bishop's old office. But it's a lot. It's a lot for Lady Mae, because think about what she has gone through in the last week alone, okay? In the last week alone. Lost the church, almost lost the house, had Lady Rochelle up in her house, lost her husband. Like, I mean, just a whole lot. Just a whole lot. So, I mean, to be in there, you know, she just want to be quiet and just sit in it. But we know that Lady Mae is going to bring a word. We know that just based on things that are happening, you know, Bishop's death, and then, you know, AJ kind of on the fence, and Grace. I could tell that the message was going to be powerful, okay? But what I didn't know was that we was going to be in there crying and getting goosebumps and shouting hallelujah like it was a real sermon. I mean, Lady Mae preached with her whole body, her whole being, all of her limbs and everything. She preached on a new beginning, and that was the word Grace needed to hear. You know, she reflected a little bit on what Bishop would have said and how he would have felt about certain things. But, you know, that message really resonated with AJ enough to get him to get saved. Okay. Another person in the audience was Tara. Now, Tara had it so much in her heart, because remember, Rochelle last week got what she wanted. She wanted Bishop to admit the truth. Now, Tara had a change of heart. Jacob went down there to, you know, talk to her and ask her, can we have about 3 months to clear out the house? I had forgot that they were even going to move out the house. And Tara said, you know what? Your mother has suffered enough. We don't even need the house. And so now Jacob looking at her with these eyes, and I was like, Jacob, I know that look. I know that look. I understand this is the last episode. We only got about 30 minutes left. But that lady, Alexa's daughter, that's your child. Carissa, you was trying to still lay up with her. I could tell you was trying to grieve with her. And you still got Tasha dangling, thinking that once everything calmed down, y'all gonna be able to do it the right way. So I had high hopes and then low hopes for Jacob. You know, when he talking to Tara out in the lobby and he really thanking her. But then when she did that double look back, I was like, okay, Jacob, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And y'all know Jacob, he just can't help himself. Right? So Tara, you know, she proves and she shows to be this good woman that she is. Now, if I was going to predict if we was having another season, I would say she might get an extension of the church, or she might be over outreach, or she might be able to merge something. You know, she has shown herself to be a real asset and a real down to earth and transparent and real true Christian woman, right? Okay, let's see who else. Let me look at my notes, the little notes I did take. Okay, we did find out that, you know, the cause of death for Bishop, it was like a cerebral something. I didn't really write it down. I just felt like when Tara said y'all could have the house, I was like, Bishop died for nothing. He died for nothing, because, I mean, I understand, you know, they needed a way to end it. This is a person that every character likes. You know, if it was Carissa, it would not have had such an impact. You know what I'm saying? Because Carissa has done things. But Bishop had just laid it all out. And it was very synonymous with Jesus, right? Like, I mean, Jesus didn't have no sins that he confessed. It was that he died for our sins, right? But it was very like, lay it all on the altar, then now you can die and be at rest, right? But I was just like, y'all really could have had Bishop, you know, have this stroke, had Lady Mae rushing around to call, you know, the hospital, 911, had them rushing there, take him out, have him, you know, on the bed, maybe in a coma or something, you know, them praying that he come up out of it. He come up out of it, or as he's about to come out of it, Tara's like, you know what, y'all can keep the house. And then he comes up out of it and we celebrate, and the Greenleaf's hold hands, and then Grace says she got a job, she leaving. Charity says she going on tour, whatever. Sophia says she going back to Hampton. Zora says she's going up to New York. Jacob and Tasha getting married. Carissa got her school and is actually being a principal. Like, I mean, we could have did it in so many other ways. So many other ways. That's why I'm just like, y'all just had to kill off Bishop. I understand though. I understand because Twitter went up last week. We was losing our mind. So yeah, that's all I had to say about the finale. It wasn't like it didn't have like a whole lot of gems to me. Like, if anything, the shock factor was the episode 7, and then episode 8 was just like tie up all the loose ends. But yeah, and then what about that part when Grace and them was backing up out of Noah's driveway? I was like, what is this? Why is it so focused on the backup camera? I thought they was gonna get a car accident. Somebody was gonna run out. The old AJ was going. The person that y'all keep saying is AJ. I thought he was gonna appear, but no, it just seemed like an advertisement for the car or something. So that was weird. But I don't know, y'all. Y'all comment down below and tell me what you thought about the Greenleaf season finale. But that is it. Unless you want to go on Netflix and watch the rest, start all over. I mean, it's a really good show, to be honest. So you could start all over for real. I feel like, the air just came on. I feel like Greenleaf could have had 10 seasons just for the archives alone. Like, let us have a show that we can always reference. Maybe I'm just being greedy. Don't know when to let a good thing go. All right, y'all. So apparently there is a spinoff that is going to be coming on. It's going to have Jacob. It's going to have Tasha Skanks, probably Tara. It's going to have some of our same old cast, obviously without Bishop, but I think it's going to be centered around Lady May. So it looks like we're getting that spinoff. I don't know why they had to do a spinoff and call it something else, but our prayers have been answered. Now, I am interested to see how this going to look without Bishop. But hey, maybe they'll have dream sequences and flashbacks and stuff that he can hop in. I don't know. But I'm here for it. What y'all think? Leave it down in the comments. Anyway, I'm Camry. This is Camry Music TV. And I'll see you guys next time.